Station rhythm, hearts race.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening tonight. Welcome to Tuesday Night Warfare. Tonight's battlefield is heating up as multiple clans clash in a brutal inter-clan showdown here in LMOs will rage. Expect coordinated assaults, fierce resistance and no mercy on the front lines itself. This stream is running on a 15-minute delay to ensure the fair play among the players among the clans. Well, today SLB on server 5 will be on Stalingrad, Russian forces against Germans. We will be streaming on the Russian side, so the Russians will be blue and Germans will be red. My name is Deathstroke and I will be your narrator through this match the whole evening. And after this match will end, there will be another Q&A with an SLB Organizer chassis. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. After the match will finish, and me and chassis we will look forward to see you on this Q&A that will happen after end of this match. So take a seat, have a pleasant stay, enjoy, take yourself something good to drink, something good to eat, and just enjoy this match that will shortly begin with live commentary. The kill feed is not working today. It's because the provider that's providing the kill feed have some issues with the program, so it's without a kill feed tonight. The organizers from SLB are currently in contact with the kill feed author and trying to help him solve the problem, because it's not working for anybody. You can see some warm up between the Russians and Germans. Some light gameplay, friendly fire. They just making some stupid things to ease up for themselves, get the stress level down, and to get ready for the match itself. Let's check the clans that's playing tonight. And on the Russian side, it will be Commander Tehaha from Greek Czechoslovakian clan. We have BWR, SLBs, Greek clan have infantry as well on this match. PBS, BWCC, ARAS. Greek has also tank crew as well on this match on this day. So you will see them even in the tanks. KSK are playing tonight as well. WCBs, LBs, and BZTs. That's all that will be playing on the side of the Russians. On the other side, as the Germans, we have BWRs, BSBs, 1CDOs, double Ls, PBS as well, LCE, 63rd IDs as well, and that's actually all I can see in the player layout for tonight. The match should begin shortly. They have 9:30. It should begin in 3 minutes, the match itself. So let's check just the players. Yeah, there's total 96 players, 48 on the Russian side, 45 on the German side. So we are waiting for a few latecomers, and the map is switching. Let's prepare for the battle, and let's enjoy this evening. Let's enjoy this Tuesday and I hope it will be a good match. I wish both sides to have fun and may the better commander, better side wins. I'm really interested if the Russians will build the cannon inside the hotel, and if they gonna have like an overview all over the map. That would be actually great and very good for them to spot the enemy tanks and destroy them from far away. So the side's changing. So we are now on the Russian side. We will be see the battlefield from the point of view of the Russians, and I hope, and again I wish both of the teams luck, and may the better team, win. So VCB Pokemon is on side and is running away. Creek Clan is running for their tank, and the match is slowly starting, and the crews, the infantry, slowly doing their jobs, nodes building. That's the most important thing in the warm-up, to build the nodes. So the points for the commander to spawn tanks, use his abilities and everything starting to load up as soon as possible. As we can see, yes, definitely it's going to happen. The 80 guys from WCB Pokemon and Joe 1 is running into this building, into the Grunnings Mill, which is actually one of the points. They will come on top of the floor, and as if I'm corrected, they will build an 80 gun right over here on this spot that we're looking at, and from here they will be sniping enemy tanks mercilessly, because the third point is actually in the middle of the map. We can check it. Yes, it is. It's a garage depot, and that's actually very in favor for the Russians. So they will see all the German vehicles that will be coming from this side. As you can see, it's without any barriers, any housing. It's just a hill, and this cannon over here will have a very big efficiency if they are good, if there's a good shooter, good spotter, and also if the Germans not going to see this move ahead and will not be prepared for this move from the Russians. 30 seconds until the warm-up is finished. The supply truck is ready to go. I hope the nodes are built up. Yes, all of the nodes are built up. So everything is on 60 points per minute, which is very needed in a game like this. Also, I think it's good to say that there's ECL rules. That means no bunker on the German side, and also that means that you cannot abuse the HQs where the artilleryman is, which can be only one guy, and also you cannot destroy enemy nodes that are on HQs. The match has begun. The first trucks rolling over into the garage depot, and the 80 gun is ready to roll. And we have a support WCB Maniac and WCB Pokemon that will operate it on this gun, and they are already are lock and loaded and looking for the enemy trucks, enemy tanks, and such, because the infantry can be seen on the view distance 500 meters. If you're trying to see somebody from infantry, like for example, over here, Shama from RBWR, you can see him only at 500 meters tops, not more, not any longer. But vehicles, you can see the vehicles on 1 kilometer, so 1,000 meters. So that's why they have the cannon right over there in the middle, and they are looking at this area, and they will be waiting for any tank that will try to push into the front or help the infantry get the carry the depot. As we can hear, first artillery from the German side is coming right into the point, but for nobody's at the point at the moment, so the artillery is ineffective. Yes, and the cannon has found his first victim. It's WL team, which is in a Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is highly damaged. He don't know where he's getting shot from. He got at least three shots. This was another shot that missed. No, it's not a miss. The shots actually being catched by the gate over here, so the Panzer IV is completely covered, and the AT gun cannot penetrate this wall because welcome to hell, at least. So the Panzer IV is saved for now. I think he already knew where the shots are coming from. So after they repair the Panzer IV, they will slowly move over and they will kill the guys on the AT gun on the middle. The main battle has begun. Carriage depot is under heavy fire and under heavy attack on both sides. The Russian trying to push in. The Germans already push into the trenches on the carriage depot. And actually Germans are ready for now. And the Russians actually started to capture. We can hear the first Katyusha. The first Katyusha are shooting and the rockets are away. And we will see if the Katyusha actually hit something. And that's a kill. That was a kill. That was a beautiful kill. Actually, Katyusha is by my player experience and by my opinion the first the enemies out of the box or anything. The Panzer IV is clever. The team is actually clever. They hide themselves behind this concrete wall with the fence, so the AT guy cannot penetrate that. It's always at this point, I think it should already be known to them that they are shooting into something construction that they not see, that's not visible for them right now, and they should stop shooting, because if they still will be shooting, they will in no time tell the enemies their position and they will be destroyed short after, because you need like 4 to 5 hits, maybe 6 hits from the enemy guy to destroy him, but one good HP from the tank and your cannon with is actually gone. Already have the upper hand and started capping the carriage depot for themselves. They like 60, maybe 70% on the cap race win, and also they won the race on the left flank from the carriage depot. There's no Russian forces on the left side, so for now it looks like they will attack from left side and from the front, but the Russians actually pushing on the right side, which can be very dangerous for the Germans. But we will see what's happened. The battle for the middle point is still very tight. The Germans nearly kept the point. They were like 70% in the gap, and now the Russians put enough people, enough meat inside the point to start with capping. So the battle is in a full motion. The tank has been destroyed. Panzer IV has been destroyed by the tank, I would presume. What we have here? That tank. Is it though? No, it's not. Oh yes, it is. That's that thing. Never mind, the Russians have enough forces in the hard point to start actually capping for the first times for themselves. The Germans are actually with nobody in the hard point for now. Two guys left in the hard point from the German side, and we can hear the bombing run made by the Germans, and that's a shame. That's a very, very shame. Bombing run was unaffected. It was made by a good intention, but wrongly made. If he put the bombing run alongside the trail, he would definitely wipe up the whole Russian crew that were actually capping the midpoint, and the Germans would. Sorry about that. And the Germans would start capping for themselves once more. The Russians are now at 70%, 65% of the gap. So in favor for the Russians right now. So for now it looks like the Stalingrad will be back in the Russians' hand if the game will be going this way. Yes, the Russians definitely gonna cap this point for now. The Germans are still trying to push on the left flank. First squad, we have a squad of the defenders of the on the left flank, and it's actually Greek, Czechoslovakian clan that's trying to make a flank from the left side of the depot and try to defend the left flank and maybe push through the left flank and make their way into the Dolge ravine and destroy anything that they will see on the D line, any spawns and such. Yeah, the Germans actually push through on the right side, on the right flank, because the Russians put everything into the point itself. Probably could cap it, and we can hear another Katyusha coming out, coming on the point. Yes, it is. One rocket after another, and another. The rockets are falling, and the kills are not. That was one kill, at least one kill made by Katyusha. Maybe another kill, yeah, inside the building. Yeah, so at least 2 kills. He got, the Tahaha commander got at least 2 kills. Well, okay, why not? It's actually really hard to get a kill by the Katyusha, because it's so inconsistent of the firepower, and also you see like this big circle you see like this big circle over here, and all over the big circle the rocket can be deployed and could explode. So it's not like the bombing run where you have like a straight line and you know exactly which way and or how wide will be the bombing run. Here it's more of a luck where the rocket will go and where it lands and where it gonna. Well, the Germans don't want to leave this point without battle. They're starting to push. Point. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry about the a bit tired to be honest. And the Germans actually starting to pick up the point from the Russian side. Let's check the map. Let's check the map first. If any squad actually trying to get into the Doji ravine, and they are not, maybe this F squad will try to get there. We will see. The rest of the squads looks like they're trying to defend the carriage depot before it fell into the German hands. And we have actually a few defenders on Doji ravine that's trying to push into the enemy lines, and they are actually now opposing the Fox squad to push into the Doji ravine. So there's a clash between the two teams, two squads, and the Russians are actually now in control of the left flank, but they lost the right flank for now. But one of their squads, BWRs, which their SL is Blitzer, are trying to push them out of the right flank and retake the right flank into the Soviet hands. The Germans actually now rolling over the Russians on the carriage depot. It looks like they're gonna decap the carriage depot, and it looks like it will be kept by the Germans for now. I just wanna quickly check the AT gun if it's still there, and it was destroyed as I was feared. They destroyed it. Yep, as he was like mindlessly shooting into that Panzer IV, which were behind the they were behind the fence that just going over there, the white fence. As you can see, if I zoom out and just go a bit further, the fence will disappear. So this is what the crew behind the AT gun actually saw: the flank field and the tank. So they'll still try. They try to fire higher and higher to penetrate the Panzer IV, and that actually was them their life in the mills. That was destroyed at 80 gun. Yeah, the Germans are definitely have upper hand right now on the depot. The right flank is still under their control, and they're actually starting to push the Russians out of the carriage depot. And they were very down the German entrance into the hard cap, and they had to go to the left flank. They had to go around the carriages. into the carriage depot. Heavy infantry. So some explosions. A few tanks were destroyed by the tanks. Actually, as we can see, the Russians actually pushed around. They made a very big flank. The Czechoslovakian flank Greek made a really big flank all around the carriage depot, and they now trying to sneak up behind the enemy backs, and they're trying to push towards the Dolgi ravine from behind enemy backs. Yep, definitely they're trying. Yep, Kriegsspabe and Kocosh found German garrison, and there's only Baisal and J. Buckner that's trying to defend the garrison. Let's see what's happened. Yep, Spabe got killed by Baisal. Buckner got killed by Kocosh. Baisal actually don't know where the second American is. I think Kocosh doesn't know either. Yeah, the Kocosh running into the close range of the garrison. He saw the garrison. The Baisal have his back, and he saw him, and Kocosh dead. That's a shame. That's a shame that he didn't check his six and the surroundings. That's what caused his life, and couldn't destroy the garrison over there. And it's actually for no use right now, that flank on the ravine, because the Germans definitely took the carriage depot for now, but the Russians are pushing back into the carriage depot and trying to decap it again in their favor. Yeah, right flank is now under Russian hands. Few Germans actually spawned here, but the OP were defeated by the Russians. And the defending squad from Dolgi ravine actually pushed towards the point from the right side. BSB Moose leading this push as an SL. They will try to do some nasty work behind the Russian the left flank actually fall into the German hands, and the Russians have now only the mid, and they're trying to hold the left flank as long as they can. We have a Greek in IS over here, and that was a shot made by the Tiger through the wagons. That was a ricochet. Gallior is out. He's taking out his repair kit and starting to repair the IS tank. The Tiger is still trying to penetrate the IS from the side, but actually it's no use. He's actually pushing both of his shots, and actually trying to help them. We have a support guy that helps staff with the commander of this Tiger, and this Tiger is now operated by two guys. The IS is still not repaired, and the IS is still occupied by the front forces, by the front infantry. That was a beautiful rocket that was hit by the Tiger. That was the second rocket, and the Tiger is gone. I know. Yes, Revis from the Krieg, 2 rockets into the Tiger ass, and the Tiger was gone. The Tiger was damaged, so that's why the only takes 2 rockets for him to destroy the Tiger, and that was safe for this for the push on the left flank, and also for the IS, which is already repaired and full standby three guys over here, and they're trying to support the defense of the left flank. Also, as they're pushing towards the depot to help the rest of the infantry push back into the hard point and take it back under the Russian control. 1 hour 5 minutes left for this battle, which means the first third is mentioned behind us, and it's still really 50-50 because the carriage depot is falling into the Russian hands, into the German hands, into the Russian hands, into the German hands. But as I just saw, somebody was sneaking into the Pavlov's houses and tried to start capping those Pavlov's houses, and it will be this group over here that's pushing from Dolgy Ravine. Thankfully, we have the Russian have a BWR Blitzer and his squad over here to defend this position and defend the Pavlov's houses for this sake, until they could take under their influence back the carriage depot. The IS is actually pushing towards the carriage depot, and we have some bad boys trying to sneak up on this IS heavy tank, but the IS heavy tank is under the protection of the infantry, which is right behind them, and the satchel guy was killed without any hesitation. So the IS is actually for now clear and safe and sound, and they can actually push with no problem. They can push, and they don't need to worry for their 6 right now, because the infantry got their 6, and this is how it actually should look when you pushing with the tank. The infantry is pushing the same time as a tank, or they're trying to push at the same time, where the tank is shooting HEs and with the machine gun into the infantry, and also looking for tank, and the infantry is actually covering his 6 and his sides against the enemy infantry. So there is a less chance to to get a satchel on the tank or be destroyed from behind by the AT guy and the bazooka or the Panzerschreck. Yeah, the battle is still going around carriage depot. Actually, the Germans wiping out the last attackers on the carriage depot. Left flank is pushed by the IS heavy tank and the Greek infantry. Right flank is being defended by PWRs and a few other soldiers that trying to cut off the German reinforces onto the carriage depot from the right flank, and also their attack on Pavlov's houses. Let's check the map really quick so we can see what's actually happening in real time all over the map. So as we can see, main attack made by the Russian is still made onto the carriage depot itself. The carriage depot has been now capping by the Russians again, and they actually have a heavy tank, IS heavy tank, which is mounted by BWR's clan, and he helping them to get the carriage depot under the control. A few squad is trying to push into the right flank on the F side 3 and 4 and E 3 and 4, so they can prepare the attack on Dolgy Ravine. And two squads is pushing far from the left flank and trying to destroy the garrisons and spawns that's on this side, so they cut off the reinforcements that are coming from the from this sector over here. So for now it looks like, if everything's happened in the correct way and in the way that Russians want, it's right now to get the carriage depot back into their influence, back into their hands, and this squads on the right flank quick push into the Dolgi ravine to start capping the Dolgi ravine and make the Germans fall back onto defensive points, defensive line, so the Russians can attack another point, or just to have some space between the carriage depot and Dolgi ravine. We have another German tank that came into the fields, and as quickly he came, he died. He was killed by the heavy tank BWRs over here. The IS definitely knew where the tank is coming from, and when he shows up, he got his AP round right into the hull, and that was the end for the Panzerpole over here. That actually was a burn for this tank, because I believe he done nothing on the field. So the tank crew just get onto the front line, instantly die, which is not good even for you or for your team, because the tanks are very important over here as a support for the infantry and also as the attacking units, because the tanks helping to cap from the hard point very quickly. And the heavy tank was satcheled by the Germans, and the first IS is gone. The Russian IS has been destroyed by the satchel. It was a really risky move to go behind the point behind there, and that's where they get the satchel. We have a German Lux that arrived onto the carriage depot, and he will now try to help the infantry retake the carriage depot into the German hands under the German flag. Was marked by the commander, and the heavy tank from BWR trying to find him. Actually, they hear him, they know where he is. He's damaged. He's been hit by the PTRS, and that was a beautiful long shot made by the tank over here. No, it's a 80 cannon. That's actually shooting into the IS, and the IS found them and destroyed that AT. Two guys are out of the tank, and all of them are out. The whole squad get out of the IS and start repairing the IS. But behind them are lots of German infantry. One rocket got through the second rocket, and that was a short shot. That was actually lucky for them. But the Russians should actually now defend them, because all the full crew is out. Nobody actually is defending the tank itself. No shooter inside the tank, and this could be fatal for this tank, because if the crew is killed, the tank is actually defenseless. The driver is in, the engine is on, and there's 2 man repairs on the tank. So as I was saying, yes, the Russians actually take the carriage depot and quickly try to push into the Dolgi ravine and by the right flank, and actually it happened. It went well for them for now. The Germans had to fall back a bit and start to defending the front of the Dolgi ravine. And actually most of part the carriage depot is now cleared, and a few Russians are in the trenches around the carriage depot. That was a beautiful rocket from Shama. Shama is reloading his bazooka, aiming, and second shot into the engine of the Lux. The Lux has been heavily damaged and can now go only on the first gear, and there is a second AT guy, BWR RAUA, He's looking for the Lux. He has his PTR ready. PTRS is firing and hitting the Lux from the side, trying to kill him as fast as possible. 5 round in magazine. It's not matched. The Lux is really heavily damaged. That was a 6th round, 7th round gone through, 8th round. That's actually shots into the tracks. That wasn't a hull damage. And the Lux maybe got away. No, they not. PTRS from BWR is still bullying them. He's reloading his PTRS and trying to get closer, so he has a better look on that Lux. Will he try to shoot under the carriage? Yes, he will. He's getting into the rails, and another shot, another, and the Lux is gone. Yes, BWRRI destroyed the Lux with the PTRS. He actually was bullying him long enough to kill him. Another heavy tank, another IS. No, it's not another one. It's still the first from the BWRs. They are slightly damaged into the left tracks, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it looks like left tracks, and the heavy tank is pushing a bit forward, so they can help with the push on the right flank. The main metal actually took now place over here into these garages and closer to Dolce Ravine. But the Germans actually winning for now the right flank and pushing the Russians out of the garages, and that actually can be really bad for the Russians, because the Germans can attack again on carriage depot. Let's check if anybody is attacking the Dolce Ravine from any side. No, they're not. The Russians are actually very spread around all of the map, which is not a fault right now, because there is not any big push or anything from the Germans. The Germans went into the defensive line right now, so the Russians actually can spread a bit their forces all along the map and try to find the best way to attack next point. The Russians slowly getting the garages under their control again. And we will see if the main push of the Germans will come from this compound, and they will try to like just push into the carriage depot, or if they like try to get everyone on the right flank and try to hold off the Russian attack, which is actually spreading all over the right flank. There is only a few Germans that defending the right flank, and there's only one right now, and Russians slowly, step by step, are moving into the next point, next line. Germans actually finally found a way right through the Russian defensive forces, and they are inside the carriage depot right now, because the carriage depot is totally without any defenders, which can be really fatal for the Russians right now. And that can actually now cost them the midpoint, because the defenders are nowhere. For now they are really spread all around the map, which is not good for them, and they need to push as fast as possible back into the carriage depot, back into the defenses of the carriage depot, and hold the Germans off. As longer they took this this push back into the carriage depot, the better for Germans, because they can take their defensive position inside the carriage depot and hold them off. Actually, only two Germans made it into the hard cap, and this brave medic over here, BWR Carlitis, is laying down inside the trench, and 2 or 3 Russian soldiers just ran over him and didn't notice him. So he's very lucky for now. What will happen right now? Will the Pokemon win on Carlitis? Pokemon now knows about him. Yes, and the medic is gone. WCB Pokemon win this fight one-on-one and help save the carriage depot from enemy forces. The Russian actually pushed back inside the heavy cap, hard cap, and they retake the carriage depot with ease. There was only like two or three Germans attacking on the carriage depot, which is shame because the Germans had a lot of time to push there from the compound over here, because none of the Russians were inside the point. Germans actually trying to push on the left flank as well, and they're trying still to push on the right flank, which can be very difficult for Russians right now to hold them off. It was a beautiful rocket from behind into the heavy tank. That's the second rocket into the IS. Captain ZJ4 tried to hurt the heavy tank as much as he can, and Commissar Seki, the tank commander, got out, and actually thanks to that, because the rocket AT guy had only 2 rockets, 1 more rocket, and the heavy tank was gone. The left flank is now totally open. The IS is totally defenseless on the left, from the left attack and from behind. They had actually destroyed the engine right now, so they can move as well. So they are easy target for the ATs or engineers, or even for the tank that can come from the front or from the side. The Germans still trying to push into the carriage depot, which makes sense. The defense on the carriage depot is really real thin, and the Germans finally found out that there are no much defenders on the carriage depot itself, so they're trying to push into the carriage depot as hard as they can. That's the right flank. We can look actually into the right flank. The right flank is being held by the Russians right now, and they are slowly pushing the Germans back into the Dolce ravine, which can actually help them defend the carriage itself, because if they push them far enough, rest of the German will retreat as well and start to defend the Dolce ravine in a full scale. We have a German Tiger that's rolling up from the right flank, and he's been marked. Everybody knows about him. A few Katyusha shots that were shot behind him. Commander. If I recall right, we saw like 3 or 4 Katyushas already, and only 1 focus made by the commander from the German side, which is actually a shame, I think, because bombing run has a very big success rate and chance to destroy anything, and it could help them very well. As we can see, the Tiger has been destroyed, which is actually, I think, he didn't do much on the battlefield, which is a shame. And actually, the Germans somehow pushed into the left flank, but the Russians go behind them and trying to kill them all and destroy any OP or anything that they just will get, so they can score. I don't know why, but every day when I'm streaming and commenting the Hell and Lose, I actually got so tired, so I'm yawning all the whole match. Yeah, lots of the Germans now pushed into the carriage depot because the defense forces on the carriage depot are really thin. They also have a tank over here, which is a Tiger. Tiger is actually damaged, but actually helping with the gap itself. Actually, is helping the gap itself because he's counted like as a 10 or something like that when in a hard cap. Yeah, so the left flank was safe from German occupation. Now it's time to go into the defend my Russian comrades and defend the carriage depot with everybody until the last bullet is fired, because the Germans are taking that point and they stop. Now enough Russians get inside to the heavy hard cap, and they started recapping the point under the Russian influence. Let's see what's happening on the right flank. The Russians actually pushed really far since we been here last time. There's a squad from KSK's Ignition, their squad leader, and he's been ordered to attack the Dojo Ravine, try to push the enemy defense into the crisis, maybe even start capping the point itself, so the Germans retreat and try to save Dojo Ravine, which would actually, the whole pressure that's has been keeping on this side over here will actually ease up, and the Russians could push more into the Germans line, or into the mid line, and destroy more of the garrisons and OPs that's there, and that's actually make them a problems against the carriage depot, against the defense of the carriage depot. 2, 4, 6, 9, 8. There's eight guys right now. 9 if we even got the second cell that was here, which means at least 1.5 squad is attacking onto the Dojo Ravine, and actually they are successful for now. They really pushed far into the Dojo Ravine, and even though they're dying, they're spawning right away on the OPs and getting back into the attack of the Dojo Ravine, which is actually very important for the Russians right now, because if there is enough big pressure on this side to push another squad to the defensive position over the Dojo Ravine, it would actually release lots of strats, lots of push on the carriage depot, and enable Russians to push from the carrier depot into the midline, into the places they need to be to take another point. The tank shot into the Tiger, and another shot by the heavy tank definitely, and the Tiger was wiped out, and the tank is moving with PWRs, and Toro is charging his IS, and they are destroyed the Tiger. As I was saying 10 minutes ago that we saw only one bombing run, another bombing run was made over the carriage depot, and this time it was made on the right side, put on the right direction, so he went across the point itself, and it actually wiped out most of the guys that were in the trenches into the carriage depot. But the OP survived, so they could spawn on the OP and still maintain defensive position over the carrier depot. We just saw that the Revenge has been gray for a second. Doji Ravine is being gray and a few moments blue, which means the Russians push enough into the point itself to start capping the Doji Ravine, and also the Germans actually pushed enough into the carriage depot to start capping the carriage depot itself. Now there's a question: who will remain capping faster, and who will maintain to be capping the point itself for the whole time that needs to be capped? Check the map. Yeah, the Doji Ravine has been T-capped by the Germans. Actually, we can see now on the map that the Russians made a big flank, and they're trying to attack from behind Doji Ravine, also as from the front, which is actually a very good idea. The Germans could be very caught out of guard by this move. But they need to still remain on the carriage depot and actually fight as hard, maybe twice as hard as before, to leave it under their influence, under their control. So the rest of the Russians, which are trying to attacking the Doji Ravine, will take the Doji Ravine under their flag, under their influence. Yeah, lots of Russians behind German lines. That's very dangerous for the Germans right now, because if the Russians are through all the way through their lines, they could destroy lots of garrisons, lots of spawns, which can be very vital for the Germans, not only for the defense but for the attack itself as well. Pressure on the carriage depot is being stronger and stronger by the Germans. There's at least 2 squads that's trying to defend the carriage depot. Maybe the Russians are holding this long because there is very good communication between the SLs and the commander. The commander really took his time to prepare the strategy, to prepare himself for this match, and also there has to be a very good briefing which takes 20 minutes before the match, and the commander actually briefs the SLs about his plan, about his strategy on the gameplay and everything. So it looks like the commander today did a very good job, because they are maintaining the effective defense over the carriage depot, and also effective attack onto the Dolge ravine. As we can see, the Russians actually wiped out the Germans from behind the Dolge ravine, and there is only a few Germans between the Russians and the second Russians. So they are right between them. We have the brave PWR Blitzer, which is a SL that's lead the attack from behind the Dolge ravine, and another SL is a KSK Ignition. He's leading the attack from the front line of the Dolge ravine. Actually, I can say the Germans were very clever. They didn't put any OP on inside the Dolge ravine point. They put it in front and behind. So they were killed on the spot. They still effectively redeploy or respawn on the defensive line of the Dolge ravine and be very effective of the defend itself. We could see now that the Lachs has made its entrance on the Dolge ravine. He will now try to help the defensive forces to defend the Dolge ravine itself, which is a big help for them right now. They are needed it, and the Russians actually took care of the carriage depot, and it looks like they're actually pushed the Germans really back into their defensive lines, and they have now actually a big chance to get another point if they push enough quickly from the left flank right into the middle and then into the Dolge ravine itself. As I was saying, the Germans were clever about putting their OPs around the point itself. The Russians actually been clever as well because they put the OPs on the places that the Germans can't find right now. So even the Russians can spawn after they die and still be effectively deployed behind the enemy lines. Sending the fresh meat into the line, into the offensive line, which they actually right now need. They need to maintain the pressure over the Dolge ravine, so the Germans cannot take a risk to put some squads into the attacking position over the carriage depot. IS made entrance into the offensive line. The PWR IS just made the entrance into the offensive line, and they actually survived 2 rockets. Both of them were ricochet, and the IS can now effectively help the Russian infantry push into the Dolge ravine and start capping. What's happening? Yeah, most of the forces were wiped out behind the Dolge ravine. There is still garrison alive in the middle of the 5th line, C line, 5th line, the 3rd grid, which Russian can actually attack from here, and they will. There's been massive spam on that garrison, and as we were talking, the Katyusha is coming onto the left flank. And again, it's a very good Katyusha because the Germans now need to hide and wait for the end of the Katyusha. And that was a kill by the Katyusha for the Haha, the commander of the Russian forces. And the Russian infantry are trying to push hard into the Dolge ravine. They're trying to get inside the hard cap as soon as possible. so they can start capping the fourth point for themselves. Quick check of the carriage depot, because I noticed that the carriage depot has been gray, and yes, we have okay, now only one brave guy on the carriage depot, and one whole squad on the left flank behind enemy lines. So basically, the Germans trying to do here what the Russians are doing, which is get behind the enemy lines, get behind their backs, and attack the point from behind. The Russians have actually one advantage in this point now, because they're attacking from two sides. They're attacking from the front and from the rear as well. So as you can see on the map right now, they're attacking on this side from the front with the heavy tank itself, and also from this sector over here, which actually made the Germans spread all over this location, and they need to try to hold them off as long as they can. But I think the Russians actually gonna manage maybe to push through because the main defense on the Dolci ravine is getting wiped out. But as we were speaking, the left flank totally fall into the Germans' hand, and we have still two guys in the carriage depot, and there was a very brave spawn that was deployed by the commander, and WCB Kripo is trying to destroy that spawn, and it's been destroyed, and no spawn here for the Germans. But actually, two squad managed to push over the left flank and managed to restart the attack over the carriage depot. But carriage depot is safe for now. There's enough defenders, from my point of view. There's enough defenders for taking and defending the carriage depot itself. So everything now is over here, which is now in the hands of the infantry of the Russians, and they already pushed through the main defense in front of the Dolci ravine, and they are fighting for the Dolci ravine itself. It looks like heavy exploded. Yes, it was a IS from the Russian side, Russian heavy. They exploded. One of them exploded, and the second is still here. BWRs. Livoro is the commander of this tank, and he's trying to help the infantry push into the Dolci ravine, and we saw artillery shot from the Russian side, which took out two guys. And for now, the Russians taking the Dolci ravine. They're capping the Dolci ravine. As we can see, this was a very successful push on the Russian side. The question is, will it hold, or will the Germans actually hold the defensive point and survive this massive attack from the Russians? Also, there's a tank coming into the scene from the Germans. It's a Tiger tank. Which is mounted by Double L's. Double L is the gunner, the driver. Oh, that's beautiful name. Very beautiful names. And Twilight is the commander of this tank. I'm not sure if the Russian tank knows about that. Tiger. I think they don't. And we have another Katyusha. Another Katyusha has been made. As you can see all over this place, the Katyusha can fall. I think a few kills has been made. Yeah, the rest of the soldiers trying to find some cover. Did that Katyusha go to that garrison? No, it's not. It's not. The garrison is still alive. The garrison is over here, and the garrison survived that Katyusha shots. So the frontal attack was a failure right now. The Germans survived and actually got a few soldiers back into the first defensive line. Let's check the map. Yes, on the main attacking line is only the heavy tank right now, and the rest of the attacking forces are on the left side of the point, which is not bad. But actually it will take longer for the Russians to get the Dolce running. This was actually a very nice push made by the BWRs on the German side. They totally wiped out the attacking forces over here, which they try to support the heavy tank, which is which is trying to attack the Dolce ravine, but it was satcheled, and as you could see, he exploded right on the Dolce ravine, which is another kill for the Germans and another loss of the heavy tank for the Russians. Yeah, nobody around Dolce ravine from the Russian side. Let's check the map. Yes, everybody are far away over here. It's because actually they lost their garrison over here, so the Germans can actually push back into the carriage depot, which they are actually trying. As I would say, this match is very very balanced on both sides. So there are good plans on both sides. They actually knew what they need to do. They actually know the strategy. The flanks needs to be made. Also, the frontal attack is not everything, and they need to defend the tanks. Well, that's something that could be worked on because the tanks are mostly lonely. As we could see, lots of tanks exploded in the tank fight, but the tanks were destroyed by the satchels and by the ATs, which is actually bad. That's not good, because there should be always at least a few infantry around the tank if you want to have a successful attack or on any structure or any point that you desire, and you have tanks at your disposal and also infantry itself. So you need infantry to cover the tanks, and you need the tanks to cover the infantry. They like make for together. Also, they were meant to be operated like this even in the war itself. The Czech Free Clan are trying to defend the depot. Gallior is repairing the IS, and we have a support over here trying to get behind the tank. And I think the Gallier will die in a few seconds. The second Lieutenant J. Hull. That was a rocket from the side, and that wasn't even damage. Yeah, Gallier got killed by the second Lieutenant J. Hull. Private First Class D. Lightgau is with him, and Captain Z. Jfo is on the side as well. Sergeant J. Mota is coming into the place. Machine gunner also Sergeant A. Rain on the spot. Actually, one HE to the building, and two guys were killed. One rocket into the heavy tank is tackled, Ziggy is out, Sergeant J Mota is killed, and Ziggy is trying to defuse the satchel, and he's been killed by the Captain Z J-Foam. Korn is out, and he's got killed by the machine gunner. This heavy tank is gone. But it was a beautiful fight. It was a beautiful fight amongst between the infantry and the tank. The tank crew tried to defend themselves as long as possible. They killed a few guys. They killed the satchel man. They survived the shots from the Panzerschreck. They got satcheled, and still they tried to fight to live another day. But there were more Germans than them, and they got overrun. As we can see, the defensive forces over the carriage depot completely vanished. There is nobody defending the carriage depot, and there is at least 2 squads that's attacking the carriage depot, which can be now very fatal for the Russians. Let's check if they have any garrison over here. They have 1 garrison over here. There's OP from the D squad, which just spawn in and try to push inside the carriage depot. Easy squad is pushing itself. Mike squad, I squad is pushing as well. They need to run as fast as possible back into the carriage depot, so they could hold it and defend it. But the Germans escaping really fast because there's no defense on the point. So lots of Germans in the hard cap without any. And it looks like this gonna cost this point. This gonna cost Russians this point if they not redeploy really fast. They're gonna maybe lose the point itself. As I was saying, this match is really tight, really good players on both sides. It's a really big of a challenge for the commanders to the defensive and attacking. So beautiful kills. We could see a few kills where one guy killed three enemies and such. Also, another Katyusha has been made on the carriage depot, which actually was a pretty effective Katyusha, and killed lots of infantry on the carriage depot, and that actually, I think, saved the carriage depot itself, because the Russians is now trying to recapping the carriage depot, and they maybe managed to save it. 17 minutes to go. 17 minutes to go before the end of this event, and at my point of view right now, the Russians should be locked on only on defending the carriage depot and trying to destroy all close or nearby spawns of the Germans, so they have really easy defending of this point. 17 minutes I would go as a commander into the hard defensive strategy right now, and try to defend the point as long as possible. This Panzerschreck shot was really short. BWR barking try to hit that heavy tank with his Panzerschreck, and well, it wasn't a good shot. The BWRs in the heavy tank are actually heavily damaged, slow. trying to find a spot where they can repair themselves. Second heavy tank green plan is in place. Supplies coming down on the point. Yeah, they have supplies over here, so they can make another garrison, but they have a garrison over here and over here. Both of the heavies are trying to save this garrison over here. Yes, this will be these moments that we are looking for right now are actually the determining last minutes of this point of this game, which are actually can tell us who will win this fight today. Because honestly, it took averagely 3 minutes to cap the point. If you are alone on the point, I mean, if there's no defenders on the point. Normally, average capping time on the point where there is active defense on the point is 5 to 10 minutes, which means the Germans now there is a big chance that they will win this fight. Very, very, very big chance. Because the Russians would need at least 8 minutes to take the point. The Germans will not defend the point. But that they won't do. If they kept the carriage depot, they will like dug themselves in the carriage depot, and they will not move out of the carriage depot. They will just hardly defend it. Yeah, there's a German squad led by the BWR Festival, which now destroyed the tank over here. Beautiful bombing run made by the Germans all over the carriage depot point. And we have that's enemy portable spawn. Yes, it is. That's enemy German portable spawn made by the German commander. And if the Germans will hold them off, and they will, there will be lots of Germans spawning all on this all on this rally made by the commander, and they will maybe, yeah, a huge spawn on the carriage depot. And as you can see, we were talking about the cap when there was 17 minutes, 16 minutes till the end of the game, and now we have 12 minutes, which means that 4 minutes has been gone since then, and still there is a fight over the carriage depot. But these huge spawns that were made by the Germans actually help them cap the point, the capping of the point. There's a few beautiful shots by the tank and by the artillery itself. Yes, that's beautiful shots made by the tank that totally wiped out all of the Germans in the trenches, which means the Russian actually stopped capping again of the carriage depot, at least for now, and started to recap the point for themselves. And there you can see exactly what I was saying. But cap time, it's 6 to 8 minutes of the point if there is an active defense, at least on the 7s. Yeah, at least on the 7s. Actually, the Germans capping again, the Russians trying to defend, and also the Russians trying to get the fourth point. They did not actually lose faith into the capping next point. Actually, it's a good tactic to send a few guys, test test the defensive of their another point. It's actually make logic to like make one squad just to test the defensive. If there's any defense, or the Germans put everything into the attack of the point. So it's actually still dividing the German forces for full-scale attack on carriage depot. If the Tahaha commander put everyone into the defense of the carriage depot, the Germans could actually put all of their forces into attack of the carriage depot. And actually, honestly, you need a lots of defenders to hold the open field like this. So it would take a lot of goodwill to survive that push from the Germans. But thanks to that decision of the Tahaha commander, which is to left most of his forces on the defensive line and put one squad into the offensive line to just test the defensive of the next point. Maybe do some sketchy things like sneaking around, kill a few guys, destroy some spawn. It will make them busy all over the point. So at least one squad from the Germans needs to be there as well, and look for them and defend that point, which is 6 players. That's missing on the actually. If you try to take a point in a time like this, 9 minutes into the end of the match, you need every hand on deck and everybody on the end. Actually, as we can see, the Russians still kept defend that point, and it's 8.5 minutes into the end of the match, and as I was saying, it took average 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Thank you for the follow. Akamata 07. Enjoy. It took average 8 to 10 minutes. Sorry, 6 to 8 minutes. Sometimes 10 minutes to take the point when there is active defensive forces. And now, as we can see, the Germans actually trying to put everything into the last attack, because they have like 8 minutes into the end of this match, and this is the last minutes they can cap the carriage depot. So now we will see everything will be put into the attack. As you could see, the precision strike on the heavy tank over here, but thanks to his movement, they survived the precision strike, the Stuka strike, and they remain operational in the defensive line, which is good for the Russians right now, because they need every aspect of this game to survive this attack. That's actually Germans trying to make. Their main attack has been made from the left flank now, but the Russians had very nice cover over the left flank. So that was a bold move, but it doesn't actually make any difference. You can see, we will see now the score itself. I have a request from the Akamata 007 to show the WCB, which is over here. The infantry squad is over here. They have 2000 combat effectiveness, 1220 offensive effectiveness, 5380 defensive effectiveness, and 5749 support effectiveness, which is like building garrisons, building nodes, etc. And they are on top. They are first in the support effectiveness, which is very necessary in this game. Itself. Yeah, the attacks still come in. They're trying still take the point. And the Russians still trying to defend the point, defend the point. And actually they're still trying even to attack the Doji Ravine. And actually they're starting capping. They have 5 minutes, which actually still they have enough time to cap the Doji Ravine. And again they did the bold move to attack from behind. From behind, which they were trying the whole time over here. So now they're trying from the front and from behind, and actually it's paying off for now, because Germans don't have any defenders. There is a spawn of 3 guys now, 3 defenders for now, and so some defenders actually managed to get inside the Doji Ravine itself. But lots of Russians still coming. Yeah, lots of Russian is still coming into the Doji Ravine itself. So we will see if this bold move, this attack, will actually bring some joy into the Soviet heart, into the communist heart, and into the Stalin heart, so they kept at least another point. But I think the defense will hold, as well as the defense over the garage depot itself. Actually, the attack over the garage depot went thinner and thinner. 3 minutes into the end of this game, and this is the last seconds for both of the sides to determine if they kept another point or if they lose that point. But 3 minutes, the critical barrier has been lifted. 2 minutes 50 seconds, which is not enough time to cap the point right now, even though you would not have any defense on the point itself, which means Russian forces won the battle over the Stalingrad. They get the Stalingrad back under their hands. That is a beautiful bombing run that was put even in the friendlies in the German line, and killed a bunch of friendlies. But it was a desperate move. They tried to put the last effort into the last attack, to put everything they had into the garage depot, into the point. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left into this match, and the Russian actually started to keep the Dolce Ravine. Yeah, they totally wiped out all the defensive in the Dolce Ravine, and 5 soldiers get inside the Dolce Ravine. About 1 minute 30 seconds into the end of the match, and that's not enough. Time to keep the point itself. But as we can see on both sides, the fight is not over, nor even the Germans are surrendering, even though they know now they lose this match. They still are trying to fight. They're still trying to get some points for kills and such. 50 seconds left. 50 seconds left, and we actually can only gratulate right now to the Russian forces, to the communists. They survived, and they won this match, this Tuesday match over on the SLB Server 5 on Stalingrad. 30 seconds, 20 seconds left. You can hear the timer clicking, which even the players now can hear, and they know that there's a few seconds, 10 seconds left, and few last kills are happening, few last points, 2, 1, and the match is over, and the Russian came out as a victory. Let's see a few statistics right now. We can see that Abel Scott from the German side has been the best, which is infantry BSB 2806 combat effectiveness. What do we have on the Russian side? And on the Russian side is actually the tank squad. It's BWR's 2847 combat effectiveness. Very nice, very good. So don't go anywhere. Give me a few minutes. I will contact Chessy from the SLB, and we will continue in a few minutes, and we will continue in a few minutes with the Chessy, and we have a few questions on her. It's 20 questions. It will take like 20 to
I start bloating.
it will take like 20 to 30 minutes, and so we will talk with Chessy about some inside info, what's behind the SLB itself, and what's actually needs to be done before match like this, and what preparation, etc. So stay tuned. Go into the go onto the toilet, grab something, grab something to drink, and give me a few minutes. I will set this up, and I will be here shortly with Chessy, and we will take care of the unanswered answers. And also, if you have any answers on on SLB itself about this event or what they are making, don't forget to write it into the chat. I will try to respond as soon as possible, but we are still 15 minutes delayed, so I'm sorry if some of the questions will not be answered. So give me a few minutes. Go get yourself something to drink, maybe toilet pause, and I'll be here with Chessy in no time.
In the city heartbeat under neon lights, vibrations rise, taking the vibe to new
So this is Deathstroke and Trotch. Welcome. Well, so awkward.
Yeah. So you're seen. That's okay.
I haven't got your stream open right now. I was worried it might confuse me if I could see the stream.
Well, 1 second. Do it like let's do it like this then. Okay, now it should be good. There was an echo. We were hear you twice. This should settles it.
I can mute myself on the.
No. That's oh yeah actually. Actually, uh, back. Now we should be
Hello.
good. Yeah. Now we good. Now we good. So, hello everyone
Yeah.
once again. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back tonight at Q&A sessions with the SLB clan community member and one of the member that's actually stays behind the Tuesday night events for the clans. It's Chessy. Welcome Chessy. And for the beginning, actually, could you tell us something about yourself? How long you are in SLB? What exactly is your role in the SLB? If you're playing with them or just you have this event under your hands, and just say something to audience to know you better.
Yeah, I joined SLB in like October 2023 as a streamer. I got asked by Jordinator, I think it was.
Oh, Jordi.
And yeah, and so I'd never streamed before, but I'd played like a little bit of comp, so I'd watched streams, and so I gave it a go. And then when I stepped down from organizing like a comp team, commanding a comp team, I offered my services to S1 at SLB, and that was like I can't remember, like sometime in 2024, like no, I don't even remember when.
Yeah, that's okay. Never never mind. The main introduction has been said. Actually, Jordi was here week before you. He was here in Thursday, before the Greyhound Nights, which he managed to make and is a main organizer of this event. So I had him here last Thursday. So some introduction has been made. So don't make this any longer. And let's start with the first question. So, what inspired the creation of the Tuesday night events, and who was the uh, first force behind it, or how it all actually started? If you have knowledge about this.
I did something better that we've got Trotch here in the call,
Okay.
and he can tell you himself.
Yeah. Sure. No worries.
Hello.
Hello there.
Yeah, Scotland Battle started in February 2020, so shortly before actually COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
It was founded by two members of the back then 23rd, a German community, Mahagoni and Gefechtsblume. Yeah, and since then, ever then, it has basically ran each week.
Well, okay, so it's around 5 years of functioning of this event.
It's
That's
over 5 years, yes.
yeah. That's actually really cool. So that's actually even the answer for the second question. And actually, can you tell us if you know how the first match of this event looks? How many servers were on? If it was only one server, and what's actually is there any difference from since then, since the beginnings?
I mean, it started with just one server, and pretty much I think the second server was really first introduced by S1. Before that, it was only one server. Yeah, when exactly server 2 was introduced and server 3, 4, I can't tell. I stopped organizing the event in 2021.
Okay,
That's
okay,
pretty
okay. That's
Server 3, 4, and 5 came last year. Yeah,
yeah. So okay, so
just due to
until the last
yeah.
year there was only 3 servers, and since the last year there's 2 servers more. So this year we were functioning on 5 servers each Tuesday, right?
Yeah, so it's 4 or 5. It varies depending on how many signups we get, and yeah, now that we've expanded that as well, it means that we're trying to like everyone that signs up, we're trying to get onto the lineup now, rather than having loads of people disappointed. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and obviously we're expanded it out to recruits as well. So like you're, waffling, but before people were asking for them to be able to sign up like lower or higher squads than the server they were placed on, and so that was something that we've introduced, and that's increased the sign up, because then like so the server 1 teams of 82AD and Circle have been signing up different levels of teams as well, which is a possibility that we can do now. And we're also allowing people, if for example if they get a drop out of like if they don't get quite enough signups, if they open a ticket up early enough, we can find subs for their team so that they can at least allow the players that they have got signed up to still come, rather than disappointing individual players as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely cool. That's actually one of the answer on the late question itself. I have another question regarding this project. Was there any project that you take like some influence from, or you get inspired by, sorry, or it was like really only your idea to make a event and project like this to take the community of the good, very good clans and even the smaller clans and make this event where they can actually clash against each other.
I think Troch could answer better than I.
Sure thing.
I mean, back in 2020, as far as I'm aware, there was only German event in the somewhat style of squad line battle. It was a bit more micromanaged, that while squad line battle focuses on squads sizes, in the German event people can sign up for individual roles as well. But as far as I'm aware, that's the only event that really was there before the squad line battle.
Yeah.
So, and the idea was to have it open for everyone, not only clan people. The only requirement was that you have more or less, if you want the infantry squad, 6 friends.
Yeah, yeah. As I noticed, I was checking a few of the clan names and where they are coming from, and the SLB event actually came worldwide. If I'm correct, there's a few clans from the Asia, and I think even from America. If I was reading that right.
Well, yeah, some players from Asia have definitely played. Shout out to my buddy AK. And yeah, we get ESPT, and some of their players that are on the East Coast can play. And yeah, and then obviously all over Europe, and it's kind of cool. Yeah, I think it's a great way for different teams as well to meet and not only clash, but we've seen a lot of alliances get built from SLB, where the teams are obviously playing with each other and against each other, learning from each other, and lots of alliances have grown out of I think, from meeting in SLB, and formed because of it, which is really nice. And it's a good like kind of taste into competitive play for some of the smaller communities, and a good opportunity for them to get involved, I guess.
Yeah, that was actually my next question. If there was any goal that you actually made this event for, like it was from the beginning only pure fun, or some training for the SLB clan, or if it was to build up some community, as you were saying right now. From the beginning, it was the plan to build up the community as huge as possible, and bring as many clans as possible together, and to get to know each other, and as you said, to build some alliance and such.
Sorry to quickly interject. The stats on server 4 and 5 aren't working, Chessie.
Yeah, Classified's looking into it for me because I'm doing this, but
No, that's okay.
it's sorted. I'll get it
Okay.
done. They are
No,
working if
That's okay.
well, I can
Thank
make
you.
them work. When I click on them, they work. So I don't know. I'll
See,
look
for
into
me,
it.
I click on it and it comes up with Stalingrad question mark. Even this is the game's fully complete. It goes hour and a half, and it just goes question mark on 4 and 5, and that's for all of us.
Yeah, I see that as well. Only server 3 is working, but I reported it to the Hilo people.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That was all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so
So
you could hear some insights of the SLB after matches problem. That's pretty normal. So as we were, so do you actually see this event as it's some kind of getaway for smaller clans to get a taste of the competitive side of Hell Let Loose itself?
yeah, for sure. And some of them come without any comp experience, which has caused like some minor teaming issues. So we've improved FAQs a little bit to help with those new squads, and we keep the support tickets open for a while so that they can ask questions as they get used and up to their first event. But obviously it's got a lot of well-established teams and good players too, so it's a good mix. And I think it started with just being obviously for a place for those clans to play together. Trot would again be better for that bit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So we were talking about some strengthen the community over this event, even creating healthy rivalries and some alliances. That was told here. So since this event is actually international, even global event, how do you actually manage the diversity in the teams, or the time zones, if there is really some clan from like Asia or some different time zone than the Central Europe is? Do you have some plan, like how to take care of this difference in time zones?
No, because there's a widely popular American event that runs on Fridays and Sundays, I think, that appeals to I suppose that side of America and some of APAC. And then for our APAC guys, it's obviously difficult to accommodate the time zone differences. Only the wild ones that stay up really late can really join. But there's no plans to expand our reach. It's hard enough with one night a week.
Yeah,
at the moment.
5 servers at
Yeah.
one moment. That must be really hard. Which is actually the next question from me. How difficult is it to coordinate this event, which is not a small event? It's 5 servers in one night. How many people are actually involved in the organization itself? How many people you need to run it smoothly, and so.
Well, historically, there was S1 has been in charge of it for a very long time, and recently he's taking a break, and we had a couple of other admins who were real as one, and then the others weren't really. They were kind of like AFK, you know, long not been around. So we thought it'd be a good idea to get some extra people to help, which is where Nina and Classified come in, and also recruited a bunch of volunteers from the community to referee the games. So they basically helped me because I couldn't be in all places at once, and it's so hard to often I was stepping into command games or take a role because of whatever reason, a drop out or whatever. And then I'm also trying. I can't then obviously be a fair referee and admin the game from both points of view. Yeah. And I wanted to make sure that there was that oversight of the games, and so we could make sure that rule violations we had maybe some overview of, you know. So there's we've got a good bunch of referees now, but hold on, S1 actually wrote this down because he is a G, and obviously now I can't see it because I'm in the interview. I've gone completely blind. Here we go. 4 admins, 14 referees, 26 streamers. Of course, not all are active. As you saw, we had a server without a streamer this evening, which is really annoying because there's so many streamers. But obviously people have lives and it's a Tuesday night, so
yeah. Honestly, even in Czech Republic, which is not that big country, but even here is actually the competitive side of Hell Let Loose. Actually, for lots of players, unknown territory, they don't even know that something like this exists. So the streams actually helps to build up the community of the players and actually show that something like this exists, and it actually helping of the sign-ups for the clans from different countries. So yeah, the streamers are definitely essential for even for the events like this, which is fun events. It's not like some big tournament, but still it's a competitive side of the Let Loose.
I agree, because not only that, but people love to see themselves and make clips, and more when I'm on Instagram, I'm seeing How Let Loose videos and clips almost suggested. So it obviously the game, well, my algorithm's working for one thing, but people are making these videos now. So the more coverage we get, the more people will see that it's a good game, the more players that we get involved. And if they see this kind of structure, they see that there's a competitive side, it becomes a lot more appealing and accessible to people. I think with the stream stuff.
I think this has to do something with the actually fall of the Squad 44, which actually their developers totally give up on this game, and that means the Hell Let Loose is the only Second World War game which trying to simulate real battles and actually try to simulate the real action. So yeah, the game is actually popular. The Epic gave it not so long ago for free, so that actually helped the player community a lot itself. But yeah, still it's the competitive side of Hell Let Loose is a very unknown territory for most of the players.
It's definitely helped the player base grow, but it was a rough journey with that many new players all at once. It is actually why I now play offensive only most of the time.
But offensive is a good one.
I love offensive. It's great. So it's fun for me.
Yeah, actually, I like offensive more too. So, but I hate the defensive side. I always love only to be on the attacking side.
I love being on the defensive side as long as you have people that are throwing down flares, because then you just go artillery, you just wipe everything off the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't play artillery. I'm gonna be honest. I want to know how.
Artillery is the only thing I play when I on defensive usually.
Yeah.
As long as when I do competitive, I stream or I do artillery. Because up to me, I can't shoot straight.
Yeah,
I've got like
the artillery has a yeah, definitely advantage, because even though you didn't hit the target, there is a 20-meter splash, so you
That
still
as
have
well,
some.
and artillery can be hard.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, people's like, "Oh, artillery is easy as shit." No, it can be actually difficult.
Well, it's easy when you actually find out how to play like artillery, as you
Oh yeah,
learn the calculation, or you have the app on your phone, and actually you need to know where and when to shoot, because there's the 30 seconds prolong before the grenades hit the
oh
ground.
yeah,
So
certainly.
it's not that
It's
easy.
20 seconds actually.
Oh, it's 20 seconds now. Okay.
It's 20 seconds, yeah.
So it's not that easy from the beginning, but when you get the grip of it, it's actually easy to be on the artillery.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Like,
let's then continue with the questions. Actually, when you have this lots of clans and lots of servers, how actually you are determining the matchup for the servers? Do you have like some statistic that you like take and then write to every clan, and then you have like Excel or something that's actually sort you the clans basic on their effectiveness, or how actually you are
Yeah,
determining who's gonna play with who and against who?
yeah, exactly that. So obviously when it was 2 servers and 3 servers, it's a little bit easier to manage. Well, actually, when it got to 3 servers, that's when we started finding difficulties with the signups, because there was like friction in the server 1 teams, and we had it so that there were like set clans of server 1, server 2, server 3, server 4, and sorry, people keep coming and going. Then when it kept on growing and growing and growing, it was always that we were letting down like so many people, or we were relying on like one clan to fill like loads of stuff. And so we were discussing all different ways of how to best do it, and then people requesting the recruit squads, and to like be allowed to sign up to higher servers. And we were having, thinking of all the different ways we could manage it. And so we just basically now use the average performance from the last 12 games as a benchmarker for like how their players are likely to perform. So we're not looking at data that's too old, because obviously players change a lot, and then we kind of rank like order it basically by various different things to try and like work out, okay, and then from that you can balance the servers accordingly as best you can. Obviously there's things you can never predict, like who they're going to bring. One week might be great people, one week might not be so great. It might be that we have our weakest squad against like on Axis against the best squad on Allies. It might be that there's a point bias, like ruins on Carentan. There's all sorts of things that we can't accommodate. And also sometimes I don't know about all the politics, and sometimes some clans don't work so well together, which it's hard. And you don't want to always put people on Axis every week. You're trying to switch things around, but not keep always having the same people together. It's so much fun. And then you've got to accommodate tanks at the end of that. And some tanks are much better than their infantry. And it's hard, but you can only do your best. We had a great week this week. I think. I don't know. I haven't uploaded the stats yet.
Well, honestly, I streamed like three battles since I started on to streaming SLBs, and uh, uh, not the first one, but the second and this one were really tight between the two teams, and it looks really great when you see like lots of strategy that's included in the game, like not only the frontal push, but the teams actually really try to flank all around the map, which is a long way, but sometimes really needed for some attack or defense. And it was really nice to look at this type of game, which is not just the steamroll the enemy and take every point in a few minutes, and that's finished. So I think you're doing a good job with the matchup of the clans between itself.
Thanks. It's nice to hear because people do like to bitch and moan
Definitely,
constantly.
every people is easier for us for people to make to start bitching or make some angry comments, because if everything's all right, it's something we actually counting with. So if it's all right, I don't need to comment it, I don't need to say anything good about it. That should be like this, so it's okay. But if anything happens, everybody just start to throwing stones at the organizer. So yeah, sure. As and
Yeah.
as I was saying, at the from the camera, from the perspective, from the bird perspective, it looks really great and really good.
Awesome.
It was really nice match to watch and actually comment. So
S1 had this awesome vision. I'm gonna just because obviously I'm a massive fan of S1, and his vision was basically for SLB to be this event that would be a non-toxic, happy place that people would actually have fun playing the game. Now we can't get that right. If you have a game where you die a lot, it's not always going to be fun. But I think that's the kind of I want SLB to carry on being this safe, non-toxic, fun place to play. And so he did a lot of things to try to reduce the opportunity to be toxic. And I think that's actually really helped with keeping the teams from falling out. Since we've removed like a lot of the text channels, there's less arguing, and we have like a ticket system now and a feedback form, so people can voice their frustrations and their issues, and we'll follow up with them. And I think that is helping to keep things amicable, because when you have a text channel, people can just go in there post game, raging, saying, and then I've seen it happen so many times. Fights ensue, people get taunted.
Yeah, definitely. To listen the community is definitely needed in an event like this. So ticket systems for this, and to get their frustration on the Discord out is really good way to go by me, because as you said, just leave them with their anger inside. It's gonna eat them up, and they will not show next time, and that can really hurt the community. So yeah, definitely listen to the community and to the players which are even bitching. It's is important for not only for the community but for the event itself. So the players are still coming back and see that even the organizers have some they want to reach out and speak with the players and have some feedback from them. So yeah, that's definitely good by me.
Yeah.
When we actually talking about the game itself, how early you need to start planning these Tuesday events when you are now running 5 servers? I believe it doesn't take like a day. It takes definitely more. So how early you need to start to working on the Tuesday event for the Tuesday event itself?
It's like 2 days off a week is probably the best way to say it. So sign up goes live on a Thursday, and then it's kind of like runs itself a little bit. You just have to deal with background stuff like team registrations, streamer registrations, that kind of thing. And then up until Saturday morning, it's just making sure, like keeping an eye on the signups to work out how many servers are going to need to be running, hoping for fewer because it's easier, obviously. And then Saturday morning, 2 to 3 hours doing the sign up. Yeah, and then opening tickets to try and find either gaps or to let people know that they're on reserve, or if they can go somewhere else or something like that. And then dealing with all the up until Tuesday, dealing with all the tickets from people dropping out and adding and whatever it is. And then there's the game night itself, Tuesday night, where I kind of come on to the Discord like sometime after 6 and then just wait for like people to join as they come in. And then now that we've got the referees, we'll do a little referee briefing. And then 7 o'clock is when the event itself starts, with the squad leaders and the commanders all coming in to do their briefing. And then it's all the post-game shit, the statistics. That takes me like, so Thursday, Friday is my day off. And then every day of the week I'm doing SLB admin, a lot of SLB admin.
That's actually lots of work. That must be really stressful. To combine the SLB work and your private life, like work and everything. Or do you like take the SLB work for the community work, or like some anti-stress after work, like you enjoying it, or?
Well, I really I'm quite good at organizing stuff, so it's not too taxing, but it can be. Tuesdays are stressful, and obviously it's dominating a lot of my time. So I am training some like a couple of people. So I've got Nina made of pixels. She's like hopefully gonna be able to do the lineup herself, and then maybe getting another person on board to do that, so that we can have like a rota between the admins, so that it's not one person doing it every week. That would be the ideal, because it has to be one person that does it, because when we used to do, so I used to do like server 1 and 1A and 1B when it became 1A 1B, and then like S1 would do 2 and 3, and Chris would do 3 or 4. I don't know how 3 it went, and so I can't remember how it went. But then now it's just too many servers, and with all the dropouts and all the additions and trying to keep on top of it, it just makes sense for one person to do it a week. And then I don't know how to. I can't. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this on my own long term. There's no way. I don't know how S1 ever managed for so long. So yeah, more people that are willing to deal with it, really, to keep it going is what we want.
Actually, I know what you mean. It makes sense that like one central person have like overseeing everything, like he's so into everything, but he has helpers or another admins that help him to work on the event itself, so he can like give the work to other guys, and it's not only on his shoulders. So yeah, long term working for 5 servers, that's unsustainable. So I get you.
Yeah. Well, luckily I've got classified as well, who I've convinced to do all the techie stuff for me, just because that's one less thing to stress about on the evening. Someone else who's able to set up all the servers and be on hand for tech issues, and I can deal with all the community lineup issues, and then hopefully get more people to do both of those things, and the team will grow, and it will just keep itself going without anybody getting burnt out.
Yeah, I honestly believe that you will find some volunteers that will try to help you out, because this event is actually in favor with lots of clans. It's very good organized, and it's really fun to play. Even the guys from our clan are happy that they had the chance to play on this event, and actually enjoying it really very well since the beginning.
Good, that's good to hear.
Yeah. When we were talking about the clans and the matchups, do you have like, because I believe the servers are determined how good the clans are, the higher they get. So the first server is for the best clans you can have, or you can show the community. and server 5 and 4 are for the latest comers for this event, like for the new clans you don't know and you are getting to know. So how do the clans actually can like rank up? Is there like some points or something they need to like get through these matches, and then you will tell them, look, you have like 12,000 points, so since the last game you can now get into the server 3, etc., etc.
Well, look, we're still trying to work it all out. It's a constant evolution. It's not ever set in stone. So before there, it was looking at like if you got a certain amount of kills more than the rest of the server based on a 3-game average, and they'd choose random like players, and then you could be promoted, and then it was something else. And now we're just kind of doing it depending on the signups. It's a little bit more kind of flexible. So, for example, this week we had a lot of server 1 and server 2 signups more than normal, which then bumped people down. So like most of server 3 played on server 4 or something like server 2 played on server 3 or whatever. So it kind of works fluidly. And honestly, what would be cool is if people started using the recruit signups to show they're bringing like, I don't know, maybe we need to work it out, but we don't want to make too much change at once. That's one of the key things. Too much change at once makes people scared. So you have to
And also too much
try and
changes
find.
at once is even hard for you as an organizer, and your logistics and everything for actually working 100% with the on the servers itself. So yeah, one
Yeah.
change at a time, and keep it that steady and everything. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So basically, the kind of key things though that we're looking at are an average weighted kill system, average kills, average support points, and average combat effectiveness. Depending as well, like tanks, obviously our focus is combat score over kills. Infantry, we're kind of more focusing on how good shooters are they on average. And then if we have like ties between people, we're looking at, well, let's look at their support scores, let's look at their combat scores, what are they actually bringing. And we looked at bringing in impact scores, which is like multiplying like their KD by their combat score or stuff. We've looked at all different things, and we're still, what we've got at the moment seems to be working. I mean, people, like I say, will always bitch and moan, but they keep coming back, and I hope that we're giving them an evening that they enjoy.
Yeah. Honestly, the people will be bitching always. You never. I think you can never like have a night or event that's 100% of the player will enjoy. So that's something you are counting with. But as you said, the people are still returning, and they will be returning. The SLB event is for now. It's there's no match for the type of the game you actually making, and how, and even for the quality of the game, there's no match for you right now, at least in the Central Europe. So that's actually very 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 good for you. Uh, uh, we were talking that you actually cannot sustain to work on these 5 servers alone. So how hard actually it is to find somebody to help you with this. You said that you last week we talked about it, and you said that you finally recruited like 4 referees, or four referees that's been needed. So you need to like reach them yourself, or do they like ask you, or classify it as well about working with you on these events?
I did a big ping I did an announcement saying I'm looking for people to be referees and to open tickets, and so we got lots of applicants. And from that, I expect maybe 50% to stay active for a little while, and then 50% of that to stay active, and then and then we'll see. It's a lot of people come forward with excitement and drive, but don't deliver in these kind of things.
So do you have like some type of interview with them after when you received lots of tickets on Discord when you ping them? Did you like make some interview and ask them some questions, or how's it like going? I believe it wasn't like, okay, you signed up, so okay, tomorrow is a match.
Yeah,
Let's see what you can
exactly.
do. Or...
So yeah, obviously some of the players I knew who came forward, and I did ask questions for the ones that I was less familiar with, or the ones that I wanted to see what their intentions were, because some people are self-driven, of course, and like SLB is a really important thing for the Howletters community. So I don't want to have someone who's gonna try and ruin it in some way, because people can be like that. So trying to find, I did some questions, found some really nice people. And some of them are people that obviously I've come across over the years of playing How Let Loose. So that was easier to kind of work out whether they'd be a good fit. And then also I did kind of want to get another woman in the team. So yeah, that's where I still would like another one.
Yeah, honestly, it's a simulator of World War II, and even in this at this millennium, it's really hard to find a gamer girl that's like first person shooting game or simulators. So that's why I was shocked when I when I figured out that you're one of them. And actually, yeah, more girls,
yeah.
why not?
Well, actually, there's a whole Discord full of Howletless women, and I've got a role in my server just for Discord ladies of Howlet Loose. And I know quite a lot of women who are competitive in Howlet Loose as well, which is really cool. And I think also I see a lot of COD female players on my TikTok, even though I'm old, I've got TikTok. And I think we would see a lot more women in these games and in these environments if some people could maybe not be dickheads.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
I've got
to
thick
ask.
skin.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to ask next when we talking about you actually being girl in actually a world that was made for men in the history. The gaming was
Yeah.
for men from the start it was, but actually as the time goes, as the year goes, the rules are changing. Did you actually like find yourself being bullied for that you're a woman and that you're playing, or was there like
Yeah.
even in SLB or in this organization of the events, did you like notice some problems when the players figure out that you're a woman? The clans like said, "Oh, we don't want to play in this event," or some shit like that.
I don't think. I mean, obviously, I come across idiots, and either there's two types, right? You've got the ones that are just too nervous to speak to women and freak the fuck out and leave the squad as soon as I open my mouth. And sorry, there's three kinds. You've got the ones that absolutely hate women and want to shit all over you and ruin your game and try and make you cry. And then you've got the perverts who like to follow you around making weird comments. And yeah, so there's like, you do get that, but I think the majority of the How Let Loose community is more mature. There are obviously people out there that's in every aspect of life you're going to come across that, but I actually think overall it's a game that I know this isn't the same for everybody, and I can't speak for every woman's experience, but I've never had a problem that's been so horrific that I haven't wanted to play anyway.
Yeah,
And also I can give as good as I get. I'm quite cheeky.
Actually, from my point of view, actually, when I find a woman or hear a woman on the game, I'm actually like, holy shit! Even girls play games like this. That's awesome. And trying to make some fun or anything. But yeah, I definitely get it. Lots of players are still not quite comfortable to play with girls, especially in the competitive type of games, because lots of men's ego cannot take that is a women that beat them in a game that they are playing since they were a child or something. So yeah, I can see why it sometimes can be hard for a girl to play some games, some competitive games.
I hope it will get better, although I hear it's getting worse again. But I do think attitudes towards women in these spaces has changed significantly. For I've always been a bit of a tomboy, and just like I so I also used to race motorcycles, and just from my childhood growing up, you would never have seen women racing motorcycles with men. That just they would have been, the grid girls with their bras out and whatever. So I think, and now we're seeing more and more women racing, and it's the same with gaming. Like women have always gamed, but we've always been kind of avoiding the male or dominated games because of a few bad people. But the more women that start playing, the more other women go, oh well, there's women in this game, there's women playing this game. The more we'll see women in these kind of games. And if people could just not be weird when we play, then you'll also hear us talk more. Like I often see in Reddit people saying, oh, I've never seen a woman in this game. But like often, like I don't want to let randoms into my squad because they might be a weird sexist prick.
Yeah,
So
that's you're completely right. Well, I never see the I never see this it like this way, because I have 5 sisters, and my father was a gamer, so I'm gamer as naturally as he is, and thanks to that, even my sister were playing games. So since I was little, I was totally okay with it that my sisters were playing Counter Strike with us at the LAN party
yeah, sick.
home. So
Yeah, sick.
when the time comes and I've been like in a battlefield or something, and women shows up, I was like, okay, it's a women, let's play. And lots of, as you said, digheads in the comments where it's like, oh, it's a woman, get the fuck out, get
Yeah,
back into the
yeah,
kitchen, and shit like this. And I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck is this?
So original, right? Like, oh, where did they get that joke
Yeah,
from,
but
me?
I think
Yeah.
it's actually thanks to my dad, that's since I was seeing girls playing since childhood, so I take
Yeah.
it like a normal thing. So
And that's
uh
why I game, because my dad gamed, so I saw him and I wanted to play, and he's like playing Doom and shit when I was a kid, and so yeah, like it's exactly the same thing. And more, I think that assigning like video games are for boys and whatever for girls, I think that's dissipating, and hopefully it continues with that trend, and people don't get so weirded out by the opposite sex.
yeah. Okay.
Anything, but that's not about SLB.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, about some rules in the game. The basic rules you're using from ECL League, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, when it comes to it's just easy. It's convenient because most of the teams have played in European Community League. We try to keep in line with them because it's just more convenient for us. We've got our own basic rules for like signing up and conduct and raising complaints, etc. But yeah, role play makes sense.
For me, it makes definitely sense, because this Tuesday nights and every event like this, with the rules that's based on ECL, is actually training even for the smaller clans, maybe for the future, because uh, the ECL is next step into event like this, and I think it's good that even in quotes smaller event like SLB and others are still taking the ECL rules, because it could be really a really big difference to be to play with everything the game is offering to you, like for 6 years, and then you get into the ECL league and find out that there's some strict rules about using for example the banter and such. So by my opinion, it's really good that even these smaller events like you and Greyhounds, for example, are holding the ECL rules even in events like this.
Yeah, and everyone in the How Let Loose community is really keen to help each other out with these things. So the ECL guys help with the servers at the moment, but we've also had like the BSB, Ducks, Greyhounds. Greyhounds for a very long time have been collaborators with SLB, supporting not just ECL obviously, and there's lots of different competitive leagues as well out there, not just the ECL. But yeah, for us it does make sense to align with the European Community League because it's the longest standing European league. And my voice is going. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We were even talking about the referees in the games, which are really important role for checking overseeing the rules and also checking the smoothness of the game. Do the referees have some tools for like checking the game itself, or it's only actually what they can see? I mean,
So
if
yeah.
you like run into the cheaters or some problems with the clans, which I can assure was there some problems like this.
We get rule violation tickets from players for things that we can't oversee. And previously it was a lot more difficult because, like I said before, this is week 3, I think, of having referees. Maybe 2. Okay. 2. Yeah, 3. It's 3. So it's still really new and still trying to like teach them like how not to get too involved, but to, when we give them like things to look out for, like common issues, common rules, trying to, like, there was an argument in one of the server command chats this week, for example, intervening, telling them to shut up, switching between the sides, listening to the command chat. They're allowed to use the admin cam, fly around. They're allowed to, sometimes if I'm refereeing, I just like in the command chat in a squad with my map open. I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just making sure I can read the map really well. That sounds big-headed, sorry, that's why I stopped. But I'm good at map reading, so I can tell what's going to happen in the game. And often the biggest problem with SLB is that people don't want to do the boring stuff like build garrisons, and so the referees are permitted to build garrisons, and they are permitted when they are building garrisons to kill people, and they are permitted to play a little. If, like, for example, one side's not built any garrisons and they realize because they weren't paying attention, maybe they were dealing with something in game, and then they come back and there's like a 4-1 and it's looking a bit ropey, they can spawn in on the defense and they can help the defense a little bit to prevent like a really fast steamroll or something like that. Although one of our referees is a very, very good player, and I did have to have a word with him and say kill less people, because he ended up being a top fragger on one of the lower servers.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
like,
that's
do less.
that's actually funny to had like one of the referee just like, okay, come to me and work less, please.
Yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
you always hear the bosses to say you like work harder, work more.
Yeah. You killed too many people. You were too good at the game. Can you remember this is a lower? He normally plays on server 1, so
Okay, that's
yeah.
actually funny. When we are in this theme with the referees, how do you actually take care of some dispute or rule violations when you catch them or something? Do you like kick them right away, or first time you just take them to Discord and tell them what the problem is and trying to solve it, or what's the
It depends. It depends on what it is. So if you'd been in the voice channel right after the game, we were having an issue. So like I said, there was an argument on one server, and then we also had an issue on another server, which caused some people to leave early. And so I've asked them to put that all in a ticket for me. I will follow up with both sides and try and work out what happened. Like if so, you know, sometimes even an artillery player gets killed, and I have to raise a ticket to be like, don't kill the artillery players. 10 people just got punished, and one of them's complaining at me because they think I punished that guy, and like, just not do that. So yeah, it's basically ticket systems, and we have the new feedback form for the what we see in game. Like for example, we have a rule where only tank crews can take tanks because of arguments over fuel. It's the easiest way to save those arguments. So if someone takes a tank and they're not meant to, we will kick them if they refuse to get out of the tank. That has happened once. I'm not saying who did the kicking or anything, but if people don't listen to us when we're in the game, saying you're not meant to be doing that, stop doing that, stop being a dick, you know, whatever it is, if they don't listen to us and they give us no choice, then yeah, we'll kick them out of the game. Yeah. And sometimes we'll issue 1 week bans.
Yeah, that's totally makes sense. Honestly, if you, it's better to kick 1 or 2 guys that make the game, make some troll move in a game and trying to ruin the game for the others, and then listen to these 2 guys, then listen to 100 players to just scream at you that you didn't do anything about the 2 trolls that were just driving around with the tanks and burning fuel.
I see, and sometimes the people who complain the most are the people that we need to deal with the most. No, I'm gonna say that's all I'm gonna say. So.
All right. When we were talking about even the planning itself and the referees, do you as an organizer have some meeting even before the SLs and commanders come to briefing with the referees or something?
Yeah, I do a little referee brief, right? Like that's obviously new, to kind of give them like what's going to be the risk on this server, like, oh, this side's got much better tanks, or this side's not got a commander, or whatever it is. And yeah, we do a little brief now.
So before the referees, you were like, okay, we will meet at 800s with the SLs, and then we do some brief. And
we used to meet at 6:45 and just like chill out and deal with people coming to the Discord not knowing what to do, really. And it was a lot more chill because it was like 2 servers, and then it was still pretty chill when it was 3 servers, and then, you know, it gets more and more chaotic the more it grows. And with every new clan, there's a new set of people that don't know what they're doing, and yeah.
Yep, yeah, definitely. Even every new clan and how you grow, it must be really harder to maintain the maintain the quality of the events on that high bar that you bring up. When you had less servers, then you could take care of less servers. That's easier than take care of more and more if you don't have enough people or enough income, new people for this to take care of. So yeah,
No plans for growth, that's for sure. We're not going to take on more servers.
all right. We were talking about new clans as well. What's actually the process for the new clans to join this event? Can like absolutely anybody join your server, or you need to they need to like have some some number of players or something, or some history?
No, anyone can join. All they have to have is 6 people that want to play, really.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously we tend to see more like clans that have made their own Discord and they've got like a few hundred people in. But we see a lot of people come and some stay and some grow, some turn into alliances, like I said earlier. Some people are like Division 1 people that are no longer in those clans anymore and have made a little friendship group. We've got a few of those now, like 3 or 4 of those clans that are just like a group of mates. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's wrap this up. It was a long night, long event,
Yeah.
long Q&As. Let's talk a few moments about the game we went through today. I'm not sure on which server you were, but
I was on multiple servers at different
okay.
times in the evening. I like dot around, like if someone says there's an issue, I'll go over to that. That's what's nice about having a referee team. I can oversee everything. I'm dealing with the issues in the background, and they can focus on the games.
Okay, and then
It means I can't play. That's yeah.
okay, that's maybe a bit minus, but still you can check every server, so that's cool by me. What's your feeling about today's event on all servers? Was it all that smooth as you wanted? Was every match was every match
No,
like good matchup,
no.
or was there like this server steamrolled
Yeah,
and
no. There was no steamrolls. It was 3-2 on all of the servers bar 1, which I think ended in a 4-1, but it had been 3-2 most of the game. But no, there was an artillery player who's couldn't find the server for some reason after the update. There was a commander whose game crashed when they were trying to enter the game, and they were a last minute step in. There's always fires left, right, and centre. 2 weeks in a row, I think we didn't have artillery players show up. Oh, it's just artillery players are hard to find as well for some reason.
I think commanders are harder, right, to find.
Oh God, yeah, right, yeah. That's sorry. I don't know why everyone's such pussies. I don't know. They're
Yeah,
just
I actually love the commander role. If I weren't streaming, I would play as a commander as every game we would take on your event. So commander role is actually cool by me. You just need to have the guts to sometimes be maybe a bit hard for the SLs
yeah,
to make like order, to tell them that you're the boss and they need to listen your strategy and your plans. And also at the end of the game, if you as a commander fuck up, you need to be like, okay, it was my fault, my plan was bad, I couldn't like put my strategy in the motion. So that's actually something the player need to be ready acknowledge as well.
yeah.
So okay, let's
Get you to
go.
command some games, alternate streaming, and get commanding maybe.
Ah, yeah, maybe someday, but it will be it will
Yeah,
be really it will be really boring stream. The stream will be only to look on the map and just
yeah,
overhearing the commander chat. So maybe for someone who's interested in the commander role, it would be a good stream. But for the rest of the community, I think it would be boring. But yeah, maybe someday I will do both. So let's go to last and final question. Then I will release you from from this situation. So how can the community support this project, if anyhow? And what would you say to any smaller clan that's still hesitating to sign up?
Well, fortunately, with the kind help of the community, we don't have significant costs anymore. So S1 carried the biggest burden of SLB, and I think that needs recognition. Both with his time and his finances, he committed so much to build SLB into what it is today. So I really have to shout out to that. So financially we don't really need anything like that anymore. Just people that are willing to keep it going and keep it a nice place to play, not be moaning assholes all the time, because that's just boring, you know. Just kind of work with us to make it a better place for everybody. Train the lower clans instead of complaining about them. And for lower clans, don't worry, we keep you separate from the moany complaining servers to start off with. So you can get used to how it all works, and if you like it, you'll progress.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I see that you made the time for this. I'm really grateful
Yeah.
for this. I hope the community will like it as well, and I hope thanks to it you will find another bunch of people that will be committed to help you with the event, because it would be shame to lose event like this.
Yeah,
And
hopefully, because definitely one person can't do it alone. So, but look, we've got people that are coming up forward willing. So, yeah, it's good. Let's keep going.
okay,
Right,
so
I'm,
thank
I'm
you
gonna go.
again. Have a nice rest of the day, and we will be in contact definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Thanks again, Deathstroke.
yeah. Thank you very much, and have a nice night. Good night.
Good night.
Okay.
So that's it. This is the end of the Q&A. You will find it on the YouTube. I will load it up over there. So if you didn't catch it or didn't be here on time, or on any questions, you can check it there. Thank you very much for everybody that came here. Thank for every follower that's came tonight, which is Akamat07. Thank for the subscription from Don1526. Again, thanks for Madeo, Tenacious D, Havoc, and Bubilai. Thank you all for the follow. We will see each other this Thursday on Greyhound Nights, where I'll have for questioning after the match one of the leaders of Creek clan, which is Czech and Slovakian clan that's actually active on the Hellet Rus. So you can come and see a few Q&As from point of view one of the clan that's committed and actually playing on the Greyhounds event. Also, I will try to have another clan on after SLBs after next Tuesday, and I hope we will see each other on another Tuesday and this Thursday as well. Thank you very much for coming once more. Have a nice rest of the day. Thanks for your support and everything. I hope you enjoyed the match. I hope you enjoyed the Q&As with the chassis, because I did. And we will see each other this Thursday and next week. So have a nice day and night.